Hi everybody, I'm Lisa from Cube HR, here with the next instalment of our Monday Mode sessions. Each week we demonstrate how to carry out a HR meeting with the help of our friends in business, and this week we're joined by Mark McLaughlin of Keyfleet. As a result of coronavirus and lockdown measures, there's been a massive 38% increase in people working from home. Even businesses that previously felt uncomfortable allowing this have had to embrace those changes. Employees who may not have thought home working was an option before may now be looking to make it a more permanent arrangement. In this scenario, Mark is one of those employees. He's put in a flexible working request to work from home, and Claire is chairing the flexible working request meeting to discuss his application. I'll narrate where appropriate. So let's go over and join Claire and Mark in the meeting.
Hi Mark, thanks for joining me today. So the purpose of today's meeting is to discuss that flexible working request you submitted last week. Now, this is a formal meeting, and in your invite letter I did mention that you had the right to be accompanied. You haven't brought anyone with you today, so are you okay to carry on?
I am, yeah, that's fine.
That's great. So what I'd like to do then is discuss your request and the possible impacts it might have on you, the team and the business. So firstly, can you just explain in more detail the reasons why you want to work from home?
Yeah, sure. Well, as you know, Claire, last 3 months I've been working from home and I've really found it super productive and I've really enjoyed it. There's just so much less distraction at home, and it's nice just not having to spend an hour a day in the car, and I found that that's reduced my stress levels quite a lot. And it's just nice being at home in time for tea with the family, you know, things like that.
So there are a number of reasons employees might want to work from home. Mark's mentioned just a few of them, but there might be other reasons, such as feeling more comfortable at home so they can be more creative, minimising the environmental impact by not using their car, having a more positive work-life balance, the ability to control their own time, minimising those long, drawn-out face-to-face meetings and discussions. And some of us are able to eat more healthy when working from home. So it's really important here to find out what's important to your employee.
Okay, that's great. Thanks for that, Mark. So what do you think the benefits to the business would be?
The business, well, I guess if I'm more productive and happier and less stress, I'll be a better employee. And I think if I'm happier and less stressed, that's going to be good for the company as well.
Okay, yeah, I understand that. I must admit, I do have some reservations about it. I mean, we pay for an office space for you all, and it feels a bit like we might be wasting our money otherwise.
Sure, okay, I can understand that, but I was kind of thinking that if more of us were working from home, we might not have as much need for such a large office. We might even be able to reduce the size and reduce our costs as well, maybe.
Okay, yeah, fair point. I mean, how have you found working from home these past 3 months? I mean, from my point of view, obviously you seem to have been doing all right with that. I mean, you're replying to my emails and messages, and I mean, we've not had any complaints from any of the clients or anything to say that they're not getting contacted. Everything seems to be getting done, but how have you found it?
I've loved it, to be honest. It's just great being at home for the reasons I said earlier, and I can't understand why we maybe not looked at it before. And it's just the amount of time that I'm not wasting being sat in the car going from meeting to meeting, and I'm just getting so much more stuff done and getting more things into my day, really.
So employers may have different reservations about allowing employees to work from home. The biggest of these is trusting that the employee will actually do the work. Taking that leap of faith and trusting employees can make a huge difference. And if they are sat at home watching Netflix, then you can deal with that formally. We tend to find that if you keep communication channels open, the vast majority of employees work really well from home.
Okay, well, thanks for all that information. That's really good. I mean, I do have a bit of a concern that if you're working from home, you'll lose some of the connection with the team. So I think what I'd like to propose is that you have at least 1 day a week where you come into the office. And that way we can make sure that you're all caught up. You can sort of bond with the team a bit, and we can make sure we schedule team meetings for that day as well. How would you feel about doing that, Mark?
I think that's a good idea, actually. So I do like being around the team, and there's some benefits. But if I'm in the office all week, it's just so distracting. But if it was just once a week, I think I'd be okay with that.
Okay, brilliant. Well, that seems like a fair compromise to me. I would want to put in place a few ground rules for you. So I want you to check in with me at least once a week to go through your workload. In fact, I'm going to suggest maybe what we do is we set up a weekly Friday afternoon call just to review what's gone on in your week and sort of check that out. And maybe just a 10-minute catch up on a Monday morning so we can plan the working week ahead for you.
Sure, that's okay.
Brilliant. Okay. And also, you know, working from home can be quite isolating, so I do want to make sure you'll take care of your mental health. So that includes taking proper breaks and making sure you switch off in an evening. I will be checking in with you to make sure your mental health's okay, and I don't want to see you sending emails at 8 o'clock at night unless it's an emergency.
It's important for both of you to put into place actions to ensure you both feel comfortable with the home working arrangement, that you feel happy to performance manage your home worker and to keep them feeling part of the team. So agree on whatever measures you can to do this. That could be weekly check-ins as suggested here. You might even want daily check-ins at first until you feel more comfortable. It's okay to suggest these things. Just because your employee is working from home doesn't mean you can't keep in touch with them.
I'd also like to review this arrangement after 3 months to make sure it's working effectively. So does all that seem fair to you?
100%, yeah, no, thank you for considering it all in so much detail for me as well.
So it sounds like Claire and Mark have reached an agreement here about what they want to do. The next step would be to confirm this in writing so everyone is clear on the details of the arrangement. You can also agree on a trial period if both parties feel happy with this, although in this instance, Mark's already been working from home for 3 months, so you could say that that was the trial period. However, you don't have to agree to a flexible working request if it poses a cost or an operational difficulty that you can't work around. There are 8 legitimate business reasons for refusing a request. If you can't agree, you should notify the employee in writing, outlining the reasons why you've said no. They would have the right to appeal that decision, but once you've finalised this process, you can't put in another request for 12 months. If you're in any doubt on how to deal with flexible working requests, please pick up the phone and we'll be happy to talk you through the process.